Hey Frag fam, Corbin here again from Northwest Scent. With spring coming up in less than a month, I think it would be appropriate to start transitioning over to talking about spring fragrances more and more. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be doing a review of a fragrance from Roja Dove that I thoroughly enjoy, and I think it's perfect for the springtime. So if you guys want to hear all about it, please stick around. But first, let's roll that intro. Alright, welcome back. So like I said in the intro, we're talking about a fragrance from Roja Dove. This is definitely one of my favorites, and that's actually the reason why I wanted to make a review on it. This is absolutely an amazing fragrance from the house. It is called A Midsummer's Dream. So starting it right off with the basics of the fragrance, I could not actually find the classification for this fragrance on Fragrantica or Base Notes. So if any of you guys know that, you please put it down in the comments, but I do not have that information for you. The perfumer though was Roja Dove himself, and then the release year for this fragrance was 2016. Now, moving over to the presentation side of things, I do not actually have the box with me currently. I spent 20 minutes looking around the place to find it. I know I have it somewhere, but I could not find it, so I'm sorry. I will put a picture of it on screen. I will say it's different than any other bottle style that I've seen from Roja, so it is unique in that regard. Although, moving over to the bottle, I do have that, of course, so here it is. It is a 100 milliliter size bottle. You have a metal plaque on the front. It's raised with the lettering Roja here, the name of the house. You have the name of the fragrance, which is raised as well, and then the concentration of the fragrance. So very nice label on the front. On the sides, you have Roja Parfums in gold leaf lettering, and it's on both sides of the bottle as well. On the back, you have the website right here. It may be hard to see due to the plaque, but it is listed here along the bottom. As far as the cap goes, it's your basic Roja cap. It doesn't have the gemstones ingrained or anything like that. It's just all solid metal. Basically the same style cap you will have on the Parfum colognes. And it is not the best cap in the world in the sense that you cannot pick it up from the cap. You can see here, I try and lift it up and the cap just slides off. So do not try and pick these up from the cap. You might drop the bottle. There's the atomizer, just a gold atomizer, nothing special. And it does put out a decent amount of juice. I will show you a spray right here. So a really good atomizer, it sprays a lot of juice, it's gonna get the job done. And that's the presentation for Roja Parfums, A Midsummer Dream. So now we will be moving on to the scent itself. I will put the note breakdown on screen for you guys to see. And as you can see, it is a fairly complex note breakdown. This is a very complex fragrance. As far as the inspiration for it, Roja Dove was basically asked to create something inspired by Shakespeare, and he chose the play A Midsummer Night's Dream. Specifically, he said that this was inspired by a love potion from the character Puck, who would drop it in people's eyes and then they would fall in love with the first person they saw. And so basically, it's kind of an analogy for a fragrance that is supposed to make people fall in love with you just because it is sensual. But additionally, this is a fragrance that is kind of inspired by summer itself, and you can kind of get that vibe from the fragrance. The fragrance opens up citrusy, resinous, mossy, and woody. You get some nice grapefruit and then bergamot at the top. They're detectable, but they're not harsh or off-putting, and this certainly isn't like a vibrant citrusy fragrance. It is more dark than you would actually expect from just the description of the fragrance and maybe reading the name. The resins here, which is elemi and then actually benzoin as well, those are very prominent. They create kind of a sweet, piney, kind of balsamic accord. You also do get some woods, like I said, and this even has a little bit of cardamom, which adds that kind of sensuality I was talking about. So a little bit sweet and spicy. This kind of comes across a little bit like a chypre, because it does have oak moss and it does have woods with those citruses, but there is more going on with it. This fragrance is also supported by some floral notes. There's rose, orange blossom, and then orris root. Now, I can't detect any of those specifically. I do just get kind of a light powderiness that smells floral to me, and it is very nice. I don't think this fragrance leans super feminine, and it certainly doesn't lean masculine. To me, this is right down the middle, unisex, which is perfect. I certainly feel very comfortable wearing this fragrance because I just find that it smells absolutely amazing. amazing. Overall, this fragrance has some fantastic chypre qualities, joined by some sweet balsamic resins, and then some sweet spiciness from the cardamom, and there actually is a touch of vanilla, which adds a little bit of sweetness as well. This fragrance smells amazing and is really good at evoking kind of a thought and a location in your mind, at least for me. I picture a day in the spring, being out in the woods where it's really sunny out, but it's not blistering hot. You have the sun rays kind of pouring through the canopy and there's wildlife around you, and it's just a really calming, relaxing setting. And that's what the fragrance is like as well. It's calming, it's relaxing. It's not gonna be a super heavy fragrance for the winter, but it's not ultra refreshing for the summer either. That's why I find that it fits perfectly in the spring as a spring fragrance. As far as situations that you can wear this fragrance and then pricing, I do find it to be quite elegant and classy, but at the same time it does kind of have a casual nature to it. And because of that, I think you could wear it about any time you want, given that it's spring or possibly summer, as long as you control your sprays. I could see somebody wearing this black tie, no doubt. Even business, formal, or casual, wearing it to work. But I could see somebody wearing this to the beach just because it does have that warm, like I said, calming but uplifting vibe to it. So it is very versatile. And for that, I commend this fragrance quite a bit, especially for the price, which now we're gonna talk about. So as far as retail goes, it's 295 pounds from the Roja Dove website, which translates to $408 US. That is quite steep. However, you can find this thing discounted on most discounters that carry Roja fragrances, as well as the Facebook fragrance groups. Typically, I've seen it around the mid 300s on discounters, but you can find these on the Facebook fragrance groups for $300 or even less. I've seen these go down to $260, $270, $280 for essentially full bottles on there. So in my opinion, if you're really interested in buying this, I would go on Facebook and search for a bottle. Well, there you go. That's my review of Roja Dove's A Midsummer Dream. If you guys couldn't tell from this review, I think this is a fantastic fragrance. It actually exceeded my expectations when I tried it for the first time. If you guys enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate dropping a like just to show your support, and then that way more people can see my videos across YouTube. Additionally, if you want to write a comment, just letting me know your thoughts, as well as some new video ideas or topics, that would be great too. And since you're down there doing all that stuff, if you've not already, if you could subscribe and hit the bell notification, that would be fantastic. That way you stay up to date on new videos whenever they get released going forward. But with all that out of the way, that's all I really have for you guys today. So I hope you have a good one. Stay healthy, stay wealthy, and smell great.